What's up, everybody? It's me, Long Tom. Um, we are doing things a little different tonight. First of all, um, we're not streaming to TikTok because I don't know that that was helping at all, and I think it was just upsetting some people because I wasn't talking in chat over there. So now I'm doing vertical and horizontal here on YouTube. Yay! But it is Tuesday night. We get together, do a little thing I like to call Caverns and Klombos. It's our little riff on Dungeons and Dragons, and we play it here in LEGO Fortnite Odyssey. At least we try to. The last few weeks we haven't been having so much luck. Uh, but I am here with Monday Olives and Tron Karam. I presume Spicy Plays and Remy will be here shortly.
I'm here
I'm
already.
I'm here also.
Hey, all right. See, this is what happens. There's too many windows to keep track of, so I don't keep track of any of them. But all right. So we got Remy and Spicy as well. Welcome. Uh, let's see. See, yeah, Monday. I have a little button that just says start a Q&A, start a poll. I can change it to a members only live stream apparently. Uh, I didn't know if you had the same thing there.
I don't know if I have a jacket for a members only.
Do. Well, let's see if we can change that. Ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-da-da.
Get it? Members
Rolling.
only jacket.
Rolling the dice. Rolling the dice.
Ooh.
Who got him? Who got him?
Rooster,
Hey.
let's go.
All right. Good job. Let's see. What's up, Elmaine? How are you? July. Thank you. I appreciate it as always. We probably aren't going to be able to get into Caverns and Klombos. We're going to try anyways. Let's see. Who's missing? There's Remy. We'll invite Remy. And there's Spicy. We'll invite Spicy as well. And yeah, regardless of what happens, I think a great idea tonight would be to talk about the coming update when everything changes. But yeah, first I want to check out the shop. Ooh, Tron bundle. That's exciting. He actually looks kind of cool. I don't even know who the character is or anything about it, but he looks like a good dude. Some kind of whoa. Okay. I didn't expect that. I was gonna call it a boomerang, but then it shot a beam of light into the sky. So little light cycle. That's exciting. Hey, Marvin, welcome, Loungeling. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Let's see. What do we got? Cake Pop Demon Hunters, some more. What is this? Good Night, Sweet Dreams bundle. Is this some like K-pop stuff that I just don't understand? Does anybody?
It is not.
Okay. All right. Well, anyways, that's in the shop.
The slumber outfit has been around a long time. I think it was just made to go with them, with slumber.
Huh. Interesting. We got some Fortnite skins in the shop as well. It's pretty exciting. I am waiting myself for the like pig butcher guy. I think his Lego minifig is probably gonna look awesome. But let's see.
I still stand by that they need more characters that are bold and bearded.
Yeah.
I just want to
Well,
just give me something. All I got is waiting for Kratos, and I don't think that's ever coming because I think it's a PlayStation exclusive.
right. And I don't know that it passes the Lego like
Yes,
you know,
right.
PG-ness or whatever you want to call it. Um, but we do have a Simpsons season coming. I don't know that Homer is the skin you're looking for, but
No.
Oh,
I'd
I
rather
want.
have Scooby Doo.
You know what just occurred to me? I guarantee you they're going to be like original minifig head yellow, which is kind of awesome. But all right, I didn't have any kind of luck in the shop. Be sure to use code Long Tom in the shop. Yay! It really actually does help out a lot. Um, but yeah, let's give this a whirl, guys. Let's see what happens. Um, but how are people feeling about the news uh, that everything changes on the 9th? We're combining. Hey, spicy member for 8 months, right in the middle of my monologue, but I appreciate it. But yeah, on the 9th, Thursday, right? Didn't we just do the math earlier Monday?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thursday.
They're combining Expeditions and Odyssey. Expeditions will still be around until November 1st, but we're getting hero weapons, which honestly I thought we already had, um, and ability equipment, and the potions cauldron station, and they're apparently changing food and hunger as well, which is huge, huge change all around. But what was that, Tron?
so maybe we'll finally get that long-awaited bow and arrow.
Right? Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that'd be
There,
sweet.
there's definitely, maybe the hammer and the pistols and the daggers aren't the hero weapons after all. There's possibly all kinds of other weapons that could come along with it. Maybe we'll get that trident. That was in the promo art a while back.
I want mine bullets.
Mind bullets.
Little yacht, 200 yards.
Exactly. Just like a one shot, like volley of bullets created with the power of your mind.
Welcome to Loungeling Message Retracted. Interesting. I've never seen that before. I wonder what the message was. I never even got to see it. Mm-mm-mm. But yeah, how are people feeling about the big coming of age of what was once a little survival game?
I'm super excited. I'm nervous at the same time, but I'm
Yeah.
very, very excited. I really think the changes to the food is going to be very interesting, and there's many ways they could pull it off. I'm excited to see what they do with the potions. I also got disconnected from your server. There was a network connection loss.
Shocker. And I have
Okay.
no idea where I am.
Yeah, I saw a lot of people complaining about the hunger, but I feel like the hunger really like they were saying how like it's taking away from the survival aspect. But I'm like, if they already added bus stops and flying in like regular survival, I'm like, hunger
Yeah.
is not the hill to die on. And I mean,
Right.
I know it kind of felt like it was a survival esque with the food hunger thing, but I don't really feel like it was a good gameplay loop. Like it really didn't do anything. It just was
Right.
kind of annoying. And I feel like I'd take the annoying part of the hunger, like losing life, if eating food gave maybe some other type of benefit, besides just not making you make that noise,
Right.
So,
Right. And that
well,
that truly was the benefit, just to not hear that ping, because
yeah,
you could defeat hunger with regen charms.
exactly.
100%. Yeah.
So it just really wasn't like, yeah, they weren't really doing it right. I mean, to be fair, I don't really feel like many games do hunger right, unless it's really, like that same mechanic that Lego Fortnite has. If that was like in a more hardcore type of survival game, where yes, it's gonna be a pain in the ass, but that's it. Or at least spread out, make the hunger not come like every like felt like every like 15 minutes, So
It would
Yeah.
be cool if they made it to where you like had to eat when you logged
Ah,
on for the first time in a day, and then depending on what you ate, just gave you a buff that stayed the whole day. That would
Well,
be a cool way to do hunger.
what's kind of funny well, not funny, but like I remember reading somewhere about like game mechanics and stuff, and it's like sometimes people want to play like a game that is realistic, but then it's like you have to pick and choose because it's like, well, if we have hunger, we might as well also have going to the bathroom, right? So we have to like take the time out for our
Yeah,
guys to
yeah.
go to the bathroom too. Like where does it stop then?
right,
Where
right,
between like realism and not fun.
right. It's like where does it stop being a survival game and start becoming The Sims?
Yeah.
Valheim has a pretty interesting balance. They have some
Yeah.
pretty unique like systems, and some of them are a little overbearing, but the one that's my favorite is the ventilation system. If you have a
Oh,
fire
yes.
inside of a house that you build, you have to build ventilation for it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of
Otherwise, your
cool. That
your house fills up with smoke. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is really cool.
I, and I mean, to be fair, like I'll make fireplaces in like a Fortnite, and I sometimes will make the chimney part because I'm just like,
Ooh.
where's this going? Like it's just it's just burning in a house. But also, I guess I was gonna say with the hunger too was why don't they just have it turned off? But since they're kind of revamping the whole thing, I guess it makes sense to just kind of get rid of it and start fresh.
Yeah.
Well, they need to lean into the more RP elements. That's like with building up characters and stuff like that. You create all this great stuff in your world, but you really have zero customization for your character.
It's true. Be cool maybe if they made the food certain animals liked certain foods and you can kind of get them to do stuff like if you want to distract them or something or
Right.
I don't know.
I'm
Well,
hoping the power
to an
items are.
extent, you can actually like
Yeah.
uh, one of my tried and true methods to capture wolves and pigs in the wild was I'd leave a trail of meat pies or whatever, and in one of my videos, that's how I lured them into the back of a van and abduct them. Actually, uh,
I do hope that we eventually get pets, but I'm really excited to see about like just the hero classes and the abilities and the weapons and stuff. That's gonna be so cool.
right. Oh,
I'm hoping
later,
the
Almain.
items.
What was that,
I'm
Drunk?
hoping. I'm hoping the items are like mythic items where you get the 3 items for Shadowcaller, the 3 items for Rift Warden, and the 3 items for Hunter, and you can mix and match.
Yeah. No, I've been wondering about that too, because if they do a charm system with it, uh, are we going to be able to mix and match, the different classes? Can we get the traps from the hunter and the AoE effect from this and because for our purposes, that would be fantastic. You know what I mean? Like, uh, because for example, like the wizard and the cleric could have some crossover, and the bard could have, so on. So like all the spellcasters could have, you know, an ability that just kind of like shows their power, whereas then we could have for like the monk a bunch of the hunter abilities and an infinite grappler, but then also make it so they can heal like the rift ripper, stuff like that. That would be really cool. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm
really,
really curious to see how they do flying in general.
yeah. um yeah, and on the discord earlier today somebody was I think Ari was talking about the potion table and what it might do. And what I hope it does, because I hadn't had the thought until we were talking about it in the Discord, is we have the like kind of skill tree upgrade of each ability, and some of them branch, whatever, whatever. Um, I'm hoping that at least some of the potions are like your X ability is now, you know, more powerful, so you have the ability, like equipment that gives you the ability, and maybe they're going to work like the charms and have different tiers of uh, like rarity or whatever. Um, but then on top of that, you can drink a potion that now this aspect of your ability does more damage, or you take less damage when using this ability, or you know what I mean? So it's like kind of like you getting that skill tree, but instead of, dedicating your points to doing more damage or, more defense, instead you drink a potion, you know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think they're going to buff some stuff to the food, and the potions are going to be strictly healing with different levels of intensity, like a regen
Yeah.
potion, a light heal, a medium heal, a large heal.
Yeah, but
They
I mean,
may
we
move smoke bombs to it. We'll
we
see.
already we already have slurp, you know what I mean? But we don't know. And I think in the actual post it does say healing potions specifically, so you might be right.
Well, I
Um,
wonder if it's the Brickhaven or whatever that is, the Brickwood, the other game mode potion system.
oh, Brick Life, yeah.
Yeah, Brick Life.
I never did any of that, so I'm unfamiliar with the gameplay loop.
It
Last
was
I did, it's kind of just like roam around the city and pick up odd jobs, make some money to buy enough to get in the
Oh,
house or
yeah, yeah. No, I
and
I know,
decorate.
like I've played Brick Life. I just didn't do anything
Oh,
with potions.
oh, right. Oh, yeah. I haven't touched any potions either. You're right.
potions and magic at Raven's Academy.
Still would like that. Still would like a spell book and a wand and some ingredients.
Right. Yeah. I'm yeah, super curious about this obviously,
Yeah.
cuz each class has I think 6 abilities, with the exception of the hunter for some reason. He only has 5, or they only have 5. So are we going to get charms that just make you a hunter, or make you a shadow color, make you a, or like we're saying, can we mix and match? Can we, you know, is there going to
Fourth
be
charm slot for character class.
leveling? Fourth charm spot, you think?
Fourth charm spot for character class.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be cool if you could also like this is total wishful thinking, but being able to open up like a minifig factory, basically, where like any skins you have, you can just like mix and match, and then like in the game mode, you have armor where you can put on and stuff like that. And
Right,
just
right. Uh, I was kind of curious about that as well. If part of why we don't have customization is because they want to incorporate some kind of gameplay like that, where you buy or you make whatever armor, and now your character has a big shoulder pads, or
That
you
would
know
be
yeah,
so cool.
you make a backpack that increases your carrying capacity. It opens up like another row of inventory slots in your
yeah.
backpack, and now your character has a backpack. Who knows?
I I still say they should make a skin called the minifig, and it would look ridiculous in like regular form. Like there should be like a it'd be like a regular skin with like a minifig head, but
Right.
then the upside would be the minifig, the Lego side, and then you have customizable things like the Mandalorian skin or like the superhero skins. At least that, and they could just add like extra faces and different
Right.
clothes to that, so you'd actually have one default customized type skin.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know,
But
Like
you know,
this skin.
who
yeah.
knows if they already have the plans to do,
I wish they
whatever
had a
silly
roadmap.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, like I was saying earlier before the stream started, like I can't wait to see the patch notes, even though I know it's gonna be like we change things, period. It's not we're not gonna get a detailed report. We're not gonna get, percentages and tenths of points of, we increased, stability by this much. You know what I mean? We're not gonna get that, you know.
like
But
like you said earlier, it'll just say we added a potion table, but it won't tell you anything about the
yeah,
potions or how
yeah,
they
yeah.
work.
It'll be like, yeah, it's just play the game. Shut up. But hopefully that's all tied to their resources, their people being spread out. Maybe now that and that's honestly for me, uh, the biggest part of the news is that they're uh, redirecting that focus to Brick Life and to Odyssey. So maybe now there will be a person who can type more because they have a little bit more time in their day, or a dedicated this or that person. Because I think realistically, like we've said before, if there was someone saying, hey, we ran into an issue, this is going to take longer than we thought, we'd be way more understanding than, and I mean, a lot more people would be more understanding anyways than just the nothing that we get right now. So now we have to be like,
Yeah.
oh, and I'm sure you guys have seen all the posts on like Reddit and like, oh, this game is, it's done forever, because that's the way people are on the internet. But yeah, so hopefully that'll all change when the teams are consolidated, because that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I agree. And to touch on a little bit of what you said at the very end there, every single time the game is in like a really broken state, people really get upset. And I totally understand why. I do too. I get very upset.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the one thing people kind of forget to remember is that the game has been in broken states multiple times, but each time it's kind of come back. So
Oh, yeah.
it's like I always just kind of try to like keep that in mind. So I just like I still get upset, but I'm not like I'm never gonna play this ever again. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's kind of cool as I'm at the point now in my expert world where I found Diago, killed him. I killed my Storm King for the 3rd time, so I've checked off almost everything except catching a legendary flopper. But after that, I feel like I'm gonna slow down probably in my world and maybe just hop around and see if anyone will have me and build like little things in other people's worlds and things like that. I'm
Right.
thinking of doing. I can kind of
Okay.
like chill out now a bit. I'm like at a contentful point where like I don't need to do anything more, but it's also like I know that boredom comes from like within with the sandbox game, so it's kind of like what
Yeah.
you make of it.
Uh, I was thinking about that a little bit the other day too. Why it feels like so little's happened in the game, but I would, just to, kind of think about how like far we've been in just our little game, how much the game has changed since we started playing. Like the only reason it feels like nothing has happened is because we already did all the stuff that was added when the stuff was added. You know what I mean? Like we had already done all the stuff that we had already maxed out our character before they added new stuff. So we already had all the resources to build the new table or the new, whatever, the new furniture. We didn't have to go out and like play the game because we have all that stuff in chests at home. So the new stuff was done in 30 minutes, whereas the new stuff
100%.
for a new player is like days worth of gameplay. So yeah, I
That's a
think
very good point. That's a very good point. And I have noticed that on the updates where I forget or cannot prepare, I usually end up having more fun with the update because I kind of got to like go through it and play through it
yeah,
as is. But on the
yeah.
updates where I have like everything stocked, it's like after an hour or two of playing, it's like I've done all the update because I had all the stuff I needed.
Yeah, like we were joking around on the Discord, like, oh, make sure to get 2 full chests of every single resource for the update, because that's you hear a lot of people saying stuff like that, or they're like, or they've got a storage thing that like back when I was in another Discord, their chief complaint was running out of Ruby on their maps, and I'm like, how? Like, what are you doing
That's
that needs that
insane.
much?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they weren't doing anything with it. They just had chests and chests of it, like. So, They didn't actually run out. They just couldn't mine anymore because they had gone on some mad quest to get all the ruby in their world, you know. So, but yeah. So like we're saying, now you've already got all the resources, so there's no need to do anything. You can just walk over to your crafting bench, get your stack of 20 brute scales, and make the new thing. You know, you can just go fight Dago the first day that, you know, he's actually available on your map and live because you have all the stuff already, you know. But yeah.
I'm curious to see where they're pulling from in terms of ideas. Like, are they like what are they looking at? Are they looking at other like MMOs maybe, other survival games? How these other games like, you know, advance to like the later levels and stuff like that. I don't know. I just wish like we could get like these devs down and or like see their team or see who's working on the game and all that and be like, what's the plan? Because I don't know. I just hope someone has a vision of what LEGO Fortnite should become.
Yeah. Because, I mean, this game is so cool. Like, there's so much stuff that you can do. Like, if you guys check out the stream right now, I'm going to ruin a surprise that I had planned for the future, but we may never get in this world, and I don't even care anymore.
Oh,
It's freaking crazy.
Hit a tree.
red and one blue and have Rock'em Sock'em robots.
Right. But yeah, it's the giants from the giant thing, but
Giants
Oh, you
2.0.
but
Oh my
They-
god.
they don't just fly, they walk.
That's insane.
Get out of my
oh
way,
my
sheep.
God.
Kick rock.
Yo.
sheep.
That's incredible. Oh my god. That is so cool.
Yeah, I was gonna make a bunch of these and attack you guys with them, because you liked the first one so much. I figured, you know, with my skills, I might as well throw some of these bad Larrys together. I wish.
Now I do hope we can eventually get back in because I just have such a strong urge to drill a tunnel through all
Jump.
of them.
That would be fun. Yeah, I plan to do the whole like buttons thing again so they can be disabled as well. So that'll be fun. Yep. Like I was saying, this game
Nope.
has so much potential that, yeah.
Yeah, I was
this-
actually just gonna ask you, like,
this
how
is
do you
the
think this is
nudge
gonna
that it
impact
needs.
Kaverns and Klombos?
Well, I think in lots of ways it's a good move, because, you know, a lot of, oh, I had my flight balloons engaged. I was like, why am I still floating across the map? A lot of the draw of, like, especially a fantasy campaign is magic. You know, that your character is in some way, you know, unique and has special abilities that most of the population in the world you're playing in just doesn't have.
Right.
And developing those abilities over time until you're, you know, like a force to be reckoned with, essentially. And we've been able to mimic that to some extent with, you know, the stuff that we have available to us, but it's never, especially for like the spellcasters, and I mean, you tried to play a bard for a little while, it just didn't translate, you know what I mean? So I feel like it'll help differentiate the classes a little more. And now, you know, stuff that we might have used before for one class might transfer to another, just to make everything balance a little more. But trying really hard to get off this tree I'm stuck on, sorry.
Giant problems.
Yeah. I cleared most of the trees just because of this exact problem. Oh, I turned off my jumping motors. All right, try and jump the trees. Yeah, it's not gonna work. But overall, yeah, I think it'll help more than it's gonna hurt. Um, just because it is gonna add that fantasy element, even if like it only changes the spellcasters. I think it's still gonna be a needed change for what we do. Now, as far as like Odyssey itself as a survival game, I don't know. But, if it gets the game the attention it might be, or the attention that it needs, as far as like development wise, then it might be a necessary evil. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
but
What would be the evil about it, though? That's my question.
Well, like a lot of people have complaints about, obviously they want the survival game to be more survival gamey, which, feel like is a reasonable request.
Yeah,
So
but it's also a
taking
Lego
away
game.
hunger, um, right. I'm not sure. I- Is Lego known for calling the shadows and ripping the rifts and hunting? I'm
Depending on which sets you buy.
right. Yeah, if it was Ninjago or something, I suppose.
Yeah, whatever happened to the Ninjago thing?
There is apparently something coming. What was it? The 29th?
November, supposedly.
Yeah. So who knows? And it may be, one of just those world things. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you know, a game mode as opposed to something that comes
Oh,
to,
yeah, yeah.
because I don't think there was a lot of information that was confirmed about it when it came. Um, and really, all I even saw was that some Ninjago stuff had been shown with some other stuff at a Lego thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't like an official tweet, I don't think. You know what I mean? It wasn't like an official post. Not that I recall, anyways. So, but who knows?
Another reason they might be getting rid of Expeditions is because the new Lego game that came out is called Lego Expedition or something like that.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah,
that. That's funny.
where it has like multiple like mini. It's like a party game. It's like Paper Mario or something.
Huh.
Just a bunch of little games you could play together with people.
Interesting. I wonder if that is the reason. I mean, it makes absolute sense as far as marketing goes, for sure. But
Well, I mean, we went through it.
hey,
Well, I went through it a
can
long
you
time ago
calm down?
when
Trying
they
to
sunset
do a
Star Wars
thing.
Galaxies to make way for Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Hmm.
Apparently, there couldn't be two Star Wars MMOs at one time.
Seems reasonable.
I think there should be a law that says there should be a minimum of 5 Star Wars MMOs at a time.
At
Yeah,
least.
exactly.
I'm actually eyeing, looking into getting that new world when the season comes out.
What is
I don't
it?
know if you've. It's called New World. It's an MMORPG, but it's on. They,
Amazon,
it's
right?
made by the Amazon game. When it launched, it like made big waves. It had like 1 million people. Then it died out when the end game there was nothing there.
Hmm.
But they revamped a whole bunch of stuff. They opened it to console, so now if you have a PlayStation, a PSN like a subscription, I think it's free. I'm not sure about Xbox, and it's also PC, so it's crossplay. And they like revamped it, and the new season is coming out on the 13th. And I'm like,
Hmm.
maybe there'll be a discount, and maybe I'll pick it up and check it out.
Yeah.
Well, isn't there also the Genesis project that was done in Starfield that turned it into a full Star Wars game?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I don't know anything about that, but
Yeah, someone took all the assets from Star Wars and imported them into Starfield and turned it into a Star Wars MMO basically.
that's cool.
Like
Yeah.
it legit looks like it was AAA developed.
I still want them to make an Armored Core MMO.
Hmm.
Have a
Oh my god, yes, please, give me I take my money.
like how cool would it be if you had like you had your pilot that you can like decorate and customize and dress up and have all this stuff, but then you also go out and do and like adventures and stuff and and build up your mech.
You
And like
you
you get
just
different
want to play any game where you can change your character's clothes. I'm sensing a theme right now.
100%.
You're like,
Well,
listen, I
honestly,
need a jacket. I'm just a jacket guy. That's all there is to it.
to be honest though, like if you think about some of the best games, I personally think that customization of your own character
Oh
is like
yeah.
a standing pillar of
Listen,
gaming. It's being
my
able to
Starfield character looks exactly like me. All right.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
Amazing.
the bags under my eyes are well, a lot deeper. But yeah, no. We're twinsies, bro.
Yeah,
All
it's,
my
it's all
characters look
about.
like me. They all wear the cowboy
And
hat.
Elden
They all
Ring.
have long hair.
That's why I
My
want that bald beard guy, you know?
my Red Dead character dude looks exactly like me. It's kind of creepy
Yeah.
actually.
I
Here,
made my cyberpunk guy look like me.
I'm gonna show it on stream right now. Everybody's gonna be
But
real confused.
but yeah, it's totally
But that's my Red
it's
Dead
about
character for people who can see it on the horizontal. Now it's just a black screen on the vertical because I'm a terrible host. I don't even know, but no, we're not gonna get a close up. I don't think. But he's got the little beard tassels and everything.
other.
But all right, enough goofing around in other things. That's a clip I had prepared for my Red Dead map already. So, but yeah, welcome, Serto.
Yeah, so just give me some customization, but and
Heck
then
yeah,
giant mechs. I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
and
love
what
an MMO where like yeah, you're just like at a, like get taking jobs and like going off and fighting in giant mechs.
I
Well, they have
want
something
that would
similar to
be
that
really
right
cool.
now.
I want a giant mech MMO so bad, but it's literally only because I have the entire not the entire, but I have a pretty crazy Elgato setup. So like I have buttons everywhere. I have foot pedals that can activate buttons. I have extra switches on my keyboard. I have like a wheel that rolls. I also have the prompter, which is like this tiny screen that's adjustable and easy to place. I currently have it on like one of those arm thingies so I can swing it all over the place. So like the idea of like getting a mech game and being able to set up a cockpit
Yeah.
just makes me so happy. Like I can't
Um,
even express. I've also been looking at like the actuated sitting the actuated seats that like let you play like flying games and mech games and racing games and the seat moves around.
heck yeah.
I'm never gonna be able to afford one. It's just I just want one so bad.
Right. Well, it's not an MMO as far as I'm aware, but I heard there is some Lego. Hey, what happened? Oh, my ladders don't work anymore. I forgot. There is a Lego Robot Battles mode coming. I don't know again if that's going to
Oh,
be a game mode or, but fighting mechs.
Yeah, that'll be
also
amazing.
Monday, did you ever get the Steel Battalion set up?
No, but
It was a
I know I'm well aware of that setup. That setup's insane. My setup's pretty insane. That setup is wild.
yeah. For me, I just want yeah the customization. I'll take a regular controller, but yeah, I just want to like fly around and do missions with a bunch of people and just be like yeah, taking up bounties like an armored core.
There is a game out like that. It's called Steel something or other, Steel Brigade or something,
See,
where it's a
Holy
looter
cow.
shooter mech MMO.
really, steel.
Oh, let me look it up real quick.
Yeah.
I've got in the in the shop in the Capitol, I have a shop store with a wall display, and it's all the old models of the axe
That's
and the
awesome.
pickaxe and
Oh,
everything. It's really cool. I thought everything in a wall mount got changed, but
they should they should just release like wall mounts that already have those old school things on them, so you could just put
right,
them up.
just as like
You
a
know?
display, you can't even take it down off it.
Yeah, but just to show, be like, these were the old ones.
Right.
I mean, I guess it doesn't have exactly have the same
Uh,
effect, but if you take those
it's
down, you don't want to change.
in Grounded, that other game that I've been playing. I played the original. Two is in early access, but in the original you had to build all your own weapons, and now in the second one you have just an Omni tool they call it. So they do have wall mounts that are just static objects of all the old tools like the shovel and the repair wrench and different stuff. It's pretty funny. But man, lagtastic here in the capital tonight. Do 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 do. I'm revisiting the scene of the crime where you folks first met Shere Khan. He sat right here.
Uh,
He sat right here in this chair and convinced
and
you all that
nobody
he
asked
was
his
busy.
name.
Yep,
Called
not.
Steel Hunters.
Not a single one of us was like, "Yes, we'll do it." By the way, what should we call you?
They ruined all my displays. Oh, actually, no, they didn't. Everything's flat again. In one of the updates, they changed how some things got displayed, so everything in my little downtown display area here was all at funny angles. Like the pies were sticking straight off the board instead of being flat on them the way they had always been. It's very interesting. But it appears to have been reverted. Man, I miss playing Caverns and Klombos with you guys. That was a lot of fun back in the good
Great.
Is
old
that
days.
game we used to play together?
Yeah, yeah, every Tuesday night. Yeah, it was
Wait a minute. I thought we signed up for a podcast.
yeah. The
You've been
Lego
listening to Caverns and Klombos, LEGO
yep.
Fortnite's only podcast, streamed live here at the Longtime Lounge every Tuesday from 8 to 10 p.m. ET.
Every
I'm in the
update
world.
day.
I'm in Tudor Royalton right now.
Nice. Hadn't you made it in before though? Aren't you now returning to the world?
Yeah, I made it in before, but I haven't been able to make it in for over a week.
Nice. Well, welcome here. Oh, Remy's trying now. Come on, Remy.
Crossing our
Oh,
fingers.
bye,
Already
Remy.
kicked me.
Yep.
We had a robot.
It won't even let me ready up again now.
Ah, so goofy. Um, but yeah, the update Thursday. Um, in addition to those things, oh no, this is when Expeditions ends. We get the Mask Maker Dago uh, set, whatever that means.
November 1st.
Yeah, on when Expeditions ends. Yep. Um, but
I'm hoping it's the Spire Dig Site build set.
right, that would be cool. Um, I'd be happy just for like some cool additions to like uh, what do you call it? The snow biomes, the Shogun.
Oh yeah, those are cool. The ones from the bridge mission.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, up in the dig site too. That was all pretty much Shogun's estate, or what is that called?
Shogun's Palace.
Shogun's Palace, yeah. But the all the like kitsugi masks and different things, all that would be awesome to get. Um, but I definitely have my fingers crossed for a new island, like a Dago island. That would be ideal. I mean, I know it's asking for the moon, but they've surprised us before. Like the first Star Wars update, I was downright shocked with the size of that update. So, uh, like we've been saying, maybe with the consolidated team, we'll start getting bigger things. So,
At least things.
right. And I'll admit, the lack of communication is my big only beef at this point. Like they threw out the generic pieces recently, which is cool. You know. Speaking of, since nobody can get in here, I'll. Oh, actually, Trone can get in here. Trone, fly to me. We're gonna make
So
a
I'm getting back
chaos.
to.
We're gonna make a chaos box.
Okay, you're right there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me find a good place to build it. Probably over there where it doesn't have to think about the capital at all. Do 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 do.
Darn, I was really hoping that it would let me in because I wanted to introduce the skin I'll be using for the next K&K campaign.
The next K and K what?
Campaign. Sorry, I kind of messed up at the end there.
I was like, I have no idea what you just said. All right, so I'm just gonna throw down a big old foundation, and then I want some walls. Any walls will do, but I would like flat ones. Here's my flat interior walls. Do 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 do. You know what? One side's gonna have to be messed up. It's just the way it is.
It would be so cool if there was like a Lego Fortnite game dev watching the stream, and then they saw that we were having trouble getting in, and then they like fixed it. And then in the chat, they're like, "Try now."
Right. They're like, oh, we didn't realize that's the only reason you were having this problem is because we didn't notice. Be like, yeah, fix it. Oh, right. I don't even need these ones because those corners already overlap. All right, so in the new generic pieces, we got the itty bitty floor piece, the 2x2, which everyone is raving about because everybody needs to fix all the things. But I accidentally discovered something I thought was pretty cool about it. If you stack two of them on top of each other, they become a cube, and any two objects attached to each other, as we know, don't evaporate, they stay dynamic. So if we make a bunch of those, just a bunch of cubes here, and we put them in a box, some very interesting things happen. My original plan was to make a ball pit with them. I thought that would be a fun and useful use of my time. And oops, the ball pit did not work at all the way I'd intended. But a very cool side effect. See, Monday I do it too. Occurred, which I will show you as soon as I break all of these things. So what I'm doing here is I'm making those cubes on top of these pieces, and then when I break the piece underneath them, they'll all be free. So, now, do 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 do. All right, that should be enough to start. So what I want to do, I want to break all of these. All those fall in there. It's funny, they all fell perfectly straight down. But now if you get in here, as you interact with their physics, this starts happening. Oh, I'm stuck. And if you fill up the box and then get your character stuck in there, it's like you're in a blender or a popcorn maker.
What would happen if you mix that with a jump pad?
Terrible things, I'm sure.
Complete and utter chaos.
But hop in there, Tron, because it's so much funnier to watch someone else do it, because you bounce like a ping pong ball. When it's you in there, it's just like your camera jiggles, but from the outside, you're just like pew 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 pew. So, yep, little chaos pit, little chaos box for the stream. You can make
Wonder
these
how many of those
yourself
you
because
put
it's
in
all
there.
a bunch, I bet.
Because you could use it as like a standalone for water or something.
What do you mean?
Like fill it up to the top and see if it creates like almost like a water pit effect where you go under and stuff.
Oh yeah,
for
no,
a trap.
You definitely do go under, but you like jiggle all around, and it's essentially you get slammed into first person. It's not super exciting because you can't really see what's going on. And honestly, I should probably give an epilepsy warning for when there's more of these in there. But it could be like a obstacle course type thing, yeah, for sure. Whoever fights their way out of the pit first gets a prize. We host the next Mr. Beast games in LEGO Fortnite. Ba-da-ba. Nope. Man, I wonder if an offset would be even more intense because there'd be more edges for you to interact with. Oh, shoom. Dun-dun-dun. I also discovered that torches stack. I don't know if anybody saw that picture on the Discord. Had a whole bunch of torches all stacked in the same torch basketball basket. It was pretty awesome. Get in there. All right, Tron, hop in. Yeah, for those of you who wonder, this is what I do with my free time when Kaverns Klombos isn't going to work. I just play with new pieces. Which the reason they're in the box, obviously, is to keep them contained, but part of the reason is they're so small that when you interact with them, they start wiggling their way through the surface of the world, and then you can jump on them and like smush them like Koopas in Mario Brothers, and they just go right into the world. Which actually down here by the water, that would make them buoyant. I'm gonna make a couple and see what happens. They might pop right back up. Do 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 do. This is another thing to consider too. When most people are playing the game, they're like, I just want to accomplish. See, those ones are. Oh no, they rolled under. Uh, People are just like, I want to accomplish goal A, goal B, and goal C. I want to get X amount of resources. I want to whatever the objective might be. They're not in here just like messing around with putting two blocks together and making them sync through the world and goofing up their cameras and stuff like that. So this game from the get-go and Lego itself has always been really literally what you make of it, like no pun intended, even though there is the obvious pun in there. Like I said, I have so many things that haven't been seen in K and K and just randomly, excuse me, in the game, that it's hard for me to be upset at all. Like, I know for a fact there's pieces that I have never seen still because I've bought sets and was between work and preparing for the stream and different stuff like that. I just never got a chance to play with that stuff. Like, for example, I got the Daft Punk set. I built the pyramid, made it fly, crashed it into some trees, and then let the
As you
trees
should.
regrow through it, so it blew the whole thing up. Punched a bunch of holes through it because that's a fun thing to do. Which, by the way, is the #1 killer of vehicles in this game. People don't realize they parked where a sapling is growing, and then when they log back in, there's a tree that grew through their build, and they're like, "What happened?" But yeah, I you never run out of stuff to do, realistically. And if you did, none of our careers on YouTube would exist. Yeah, obviously people are doing new stuff all the time. I go on Reddit sometime and I'm like, man, I need to start building again. I'm falling behind the curve now, like,
Yeah, especially when you see some of that Warhammer stuff.
right? Yeah, yeah. Like,
Yeah, those tanks and then the ship.
yeah, yeah. And then even stuff like, was it Mr. Black and the Modernist? Did that build like, it looks like St. Paul's Cathedral almost, but yeah, it's so cool. People are still doing like incredible things. I mean, we just did the mech team leader thing recently, and people are like, wait, swivels are good, so people, people still haven't like pushed the game to its fullest. And as we've been echoing throughout this the stream, I think this consolidation of resources back into Lego and Brick Life is going to do us a world of good.
Which I've been saying all along, they stretch themselves too thin.
Yeah. Um, and yeah, like another thing we say often is, this all started as an experiment, and they didn't know which ones were going to work. So
Yep,
now,
throwing some against the wall and whatever sticks.
yep, and it seems like they figured it out or are figuring it out. And like Expeditions, I played the snot out of Expeditions. I leveled up my Rift Ripper to was it level 50? Yeah, level 50. Um, and then I have a Hunter who's like level 28, and then Shadow Color's like level 26 because I was like trying to grind up to get all the decor
Or
items. Um, but then after they gave away all the level 50 rewards to everyone, even people who had never played expeditions, I was like, all right, that's it. I'm not wasting my time. Like, if they're just gonna give it to us anyways, I was being a little salty, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, those will be part of the Dago bundle, or they'll come to the shop, or they'll just give them to us. Uh, you know, maybe we'll get to do quests inside of expeditions to, or excuse me, inside Odyssey to get those expeditions rewards, because that would be cool too if they brought that aspect of it to the game where, NPCs give you quests. And maybe the quest is just something completely generic that you were going to do anyways, but it would still be cool if like one of your villagers walked up and was like, "Hey, I need 50 blah blah blah." And you can just go do it. It would add so much playability to the game. And it could be random. They could just be repeatable quests that your villagers arbitrarily give you based on their job. You know, the guy who takes care of the animals, he could be like, "Hey, we need more wheat. Go find some wheat. Go grow some wheat." You know, who knows? All kinds of stuff. But we need 30 apples to feed the pigs, or we need, the guy who's working your smithy is like, "Man, I heard there's a new metal in town. You should go find it." Like,
that's what it should have been all along, in my opinion.
yeah,
That is so cool when they added that stuff with the Star Wars.
yep. And yeah, I think I'm sure we've talked about it before, especially in relation to how I came up with K and K in the first place. Like that's what I thought the game was going to be when it came out. From all the leaks and rumors, um, you know, that's exactly what I thought this was going to be. I thought it was going to be like when we used to have like Bright Bomber as a tutorial village. We had another character too that used to do a tutorial village. What's her face from
Haven.
Lost Isles? Haven. Yep. Like yeah, you were gonna start out your tutorial village. It was gonna be a little place where you could like build up to go explore and find your own place, and then there was gonna be characters around at least that did more than just like grind mats for you, essentially. Honestly, I would rather that instead of them grinding mats for me, they could come to me and be like, "Go grind these specific mats, and you'll get a, special something."
MacGuffin of some kind.
Yeah, we'll give you a we'll give you a treat. We'll give you 50 essence. You know what I mean? Anything.
But you gotta also remember too, back in the day, like the way they used to do the rollouts, they would have the villagers drop hints.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have like somebody
Yeah.
would say, "Oh, I saw Raptor making a flying machine." Like that would be cool if that was where you got a build recipe.
Right.
If you did a
Right.
quest for him.
Or they'd be like, "Hey, if I was wanted to go to the snow, I'd go north." They used to give you like useful tips. But welcome to the stream, Jax. We're theorizing wildly about update whatever the update is, 37.5. Um, hoping that these new changes don't completely break the game. That's obviously another big concern I have is uh, what is this going to do for stability? What's this going to do? You know, we already, you know what? Well, since we haven't been able to all get in here together, what is it? So this is the fourth week now, right?
Yep.
Because there was
I think so.
3 episodes of technical difficulties. That's the title on all of them, and then this one, which is back to the drawing board. So, so yeah, like the update a month ago that messed up, keybinds. I still don't know if that's been fixed, honestly, because I just did, the workaround that was available. So, you know, I am super pumped, obviously, but I'm also worried to some extent, for sure. Um, Now I got all these danger cubes all over the place. You gotta get rid of these. Oh, I wonder if those ones that I pushed under the ground are just now permanently objects that are like floating under the water. Interesting. I hadn't considered that. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. If I could remember all the buttons at the same time. It's the problem with playing other games. I keep goofing up where I'm at, what I'm doing. But, so what are you guys hoping we see in the update? Spicy Remy, you folks we haven't heard much from.
I usually just really keep my I try to to not really keep my expectations high. I think it's probably the best way to not be disappointed and just be
Right.
kind of surprised with a lot of things. So
Yeah.
I'm mostly just happy that it's still
Feel
getting
limited.
attention, you know, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
What about you, Spicy? What are you hoping? Heck yeah.
That was such a thoughtful and thorough comment.
I guarantee you he's off in BR or something. That's fine. Um, but yeah, chat. I'm sure chat has opinions too. Are you guys looking forward to the update? You guys want it to go back to the vanilla version more? There's part of me that does kind of miss the old days, the old progression system through the biomes, upgrading your bench, all of that stuff. But yeah, I'm curious to see what this new stuff is as well. But like I was saying earlier, I was going through all the different this here chat is the ream of notes and things that comprises all of our rules here in K and K. Back in the beginning, it was like Excel spreadsheets and stuff like that. I don't know if you can see any of that, but made a bunch of charts and things, and had everything all listed, all prices and all kinds of different stuff. And then pretty much immediately when I got everything written down, they were like, let's completely revamp the crafting system. Uh, so then we went to this version, which again I was getting really deep into charts and stuff. It was a pretty nice little project. And then all the most recent changes came, and so I stopped writing things down, or at least, excuse me, I stopped typing things up, which is more accurate. Uh, and now we have yet another round of changes. So uh, part of me is hoping that in addition to this being a positive change and whatnot, but that um, yeah, that it's helping the game find its identity finally.
Hey,
Um,
Tom,
yeah,
I was just thinking about with K and K, and you have the book and everything.
yeah.
Have you thought about converting and making Dungeons and Dragon, like a Kaverns and Klombos set, having the actual charms and a board and everything, so that if you wanted to play Caverns and Klombos, you could literally play a version of it,
Yeah.
on the table, like a tabletop.
Well, I mean, ideally, when it's done, it could be played just like Dungeons and Dragons. And I maybe not a set per se. I think I'd let people do that themselves, but at least the rules. You know what I mean? To uh, have your character, all your stats, everything on paper, and you could play it even without Lego Fortnite. just as like a standalone kind of simple RPG.
Right.
Um, hey, welcome, Kaboom. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. We do think it's going to help, but it's definitely changing the arc of the game dramatically. So I'll give you the high points of what you missed before you came in. Like D&D and stuff, being more fantasy based, obviously with like spells and spell casting and, gods and goddesses and various deities. That aspect of it, that being like a hero and having special abilities, being Neo or being, uh, Luke Skywalker or whatever, it's those special abilities that they have that like sets them apart. And that's what the fun of D&D is for the most part. That's what the fun of a lot of video games is as well. So in that regard, and then of course, potions, stuff like that. Um, so yeah, I think it will help in that regard quite a bit, but I'm also curious to see the implementation. Depending on how it's implemented, determines how much use it could or could not be. Because there's no like one-to-one analogs of, it's not like the hunter class is exactly like a thief in D&D, or the shadow caller is exactly like this, or the, rift rippers like that. If we're allowed to mix and match the skills to an extent, that would be really useful. But if it's just bam, you're a hunter, bam, you're a rift ripper, then I'm not sure how much that would help. But any content, like we've been saying, we're glad to get anything, and it sounds like this is going to be a sizable update. So uh, we'll see. We'll all wait for the patch notes, I guess. I hope they think, yeah, yeah. Or if not, leave things completely set. At least, get them carved out in that direction. It doesn't need to be set in stone, but if they were like, okay, this is what we're doing from now on, and we're gonna try really hard to do exactly this, that would be awesome. Because
Yeah.
a little bit of it does feel like guesswork, where they're trying to find what the game is, because it's not a traditional survival really, and the people who play it don't necessarily want a traditional survival, but they don't want, the grind of expedition, like they're just finding their way. And yeah, hopefully this is the idea. Back to the like RPG roots, of the survival end of it. Uh, because that's really what people want to do. They want to take a character and make it into something. There has to be that progression, whether it's through leveling up or gaining, better gear, or that's the play loop that people are looking for. You know, so if they can give a satisfying play loop that, and we're not just going through one-shotting all the enemies like after they added the weapons, I think yeah, this will be really good for the game. So. Um, but I am going to go refill my coffee. Um, while I'm gone, you guys have to do me a favor, and you have to talk the whole time I'm gone, because I've noticed when I go to the AI descriptions in, that new feature in YouTube, where you can have it summarize the video for you. In all the videos where I've stepped away to use the bathroom or to get a coffee or, what have you, uh, it's like the transcription ends there and it doesn't start back up again. I think after X amount of quiet, it just says, oh, they must be done talking. So the AI doesn't know about like the last hour of the video a lot of times. It's pretty funny. But yeah, you guys should all tell chat all the things you like about Fortnite or something.
What I really like about Fortnite is how they haven't really done much about cats. And that's actually not something I like. I hate it because I like cats. And did you know that cats can rotate their ears 180 degrees, not for hearing better, but for ignoring you more precisely? And also, a group of cats is called a clouder, which which sounds like something you'd summon during a dark ritual of hairballs. Also, cats sleep 70% of their lives, which is kind of crazy. And their purring can promote bone health. Woo! Bam! Did it. Okay, someone else take over.
Once I see what the thing of the powers is going to be, I'm going to try and do a conversion of Hero Quest to Lego Fortnite.
That would be pretty cool. Would
Yeah, Hmm?
go ahead.
I was playing some Hero Quest with my kid earlier. We got for my youngest birthday, it's called First Light. It's the new starter set that came out, like, I guess earlier this year. And I played it for the first time. We cracked it open, and my oldest and I sat down and we played for an hour, and it was great. I want to bring that joy here now. With bus stations taking you to the different modules like Keller's Keep or Return of the Witch King or the Jungles of Deathrack or
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
yeah.
No.
I definitely think the hero. I'm like nervous about it, but definitely think if done right, it can definitely open up like
Did-
more possibilities of what you can do with the game and where it could go. And
100%. 100%
know,
agree. Yeah.
I just the thing is just wanting to see how they're going to implement it and to what extent the abilities are there and how much they're going to affect
I
things, because
mean,
that's like changing like how to fight the Storm King now. It's going to be like
Right.
things like that.
if you all want to jump into a party with me real quick, we could try something. If you'd like to try something real quick.
You're gonna have to be way more specific than
Yeah, that sounds
Just
like I can get into trouble.
that.
nah, no trouble. Just a little thing I've been working on.
Is it? Do we need a safe word?
Nah, you don't need no safe words.
Oh no! Hold on, I'll be out in a minute.
Yeah, I'm trying to log back in. I'm having my account's been giving me troubles for weeks now. It's very frustrating.
Actually, I saw. Can't remember if it was today or yesterday. It's irrelevant. It was quite recent. The Modernist had made a post on YouTube that was to the effect of Lego Fortnite is way more fun with your friends. It's too bad I can't get into a world with them, you know? So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
uh,
Post.
you know, and on the upside of this travesty, it's not just us, and
Exactly.
hopefully it doesn't have anything to do with the complexity. It doesn't have anything to do with, anything but the uh, weird update that we had however long ago. Um, oh, I guess I'm gonna leave this party that's just in a way spicy in it.
Yeah, I'm stuck on the loading screen. It's still loading and the whole Fortnite thing.
Hmm. You know what? I don't even know why. In order to get him, I have to claim everything else first, don't I?
Yeah, I'm not even rushing to claim the OG stuff. Once I get to the part where I get the werewolf character, then I'll start claiming stuff again.
Yeah, I'm I've got that page open, but I still need 6 more rewards before I can open him. But I had started because I do that trick too, where you go to the second character, like the update of the character, and it unlocks the skin for BR, but also unlocks the Lego, like the original Lego minifigure for the So it's like a twofer.
Yeah.
And then go back and fill all the rest of it in later. But yeah. What does this say? Something Lego edition?
Hero Quest Lego Edition.
Uh-oh. What do you have set up for it?
So far, just the little starter thing, like the character selection area.
Mm.
And then I was going to use, like, I'm going to make the OG game board for some of the quests and stuff like that. But then I'll use bus stations to take people to the expansion packs that came out over the years.
Right on.
Like, one will take you to the Witch King, one will take you to the Ogre Horde.
Sweet. It's funny, I had thought of doing not necessarily a character selection screen, but just everybody's gear setup already. Like if you were going to be a thief, you would just grab all the stuff out of this chest. I'll explain it. You know what I mean? Instead of having to go through and pick it all out yourself. But
Just waiting on Monday.
I'm just stuck in the. It's like I don't know what's going on.
Monday's stuck in an internal load screen.
That's no good.
And that's if it's going to even let us all in there. So.
Well, I was actually on Brickwood with Scripter earlier.
Yeah.
For some reason, Brickwood lets us in. Probably because it's cozy.
Right.
Yeah, I can't even get into Brickwood still.
Really?
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks now.
I rebuilt my steamship in there that got destroyed.
Oh wow!
I wonder.
I made it a lot smaller this time, though.
There's part of me is like, there's got to be some setting or something. You know what I mean? That's like just different somehow. It's like it's that. Obviously isn't the region. It doesn't have anything to do with that. Like, but I'm trying to think what other settings it could even be that would affect it. Like part of me feels like I read a Reddit post when I was half asleep, and I was like, "Oh, that's the solution," but now I just can't remember.
Everything was the solution, just nothing really was.
Yeah, right. Let's see. I'm gonna go mess around in my settings because I feel like I do remember something. Some setting. What could it have been? I just can't for the life of me think. Ba, ba, ba. Filter personal information. Wouldn't it be funny if it was like some the people whose Xbox was on energy saving mode can't get in the world, or you know what I mean? Just something bizarre like that. Like
It usually is. It's the
like,
stupidest little obscure setting that no one ever touches ever and just gets reset on an update one time.
if you have sleep mode set to activated, control prompts, that's all computery.
Isn't there like a console only type of thing too, though? I know that one like I don't know. Actually, I don't know how that would make how that could affect it, since I'm seeing here we're all on PC, but some of us are able to join, but some of us can't. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I'm on Xbox. Where do you go on, Tron? You're on PC too, right?
Up top right now, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, goofy.
indeed.
And that's the thing that kills me about it is there's no like, I'm good at figuring out patterns. You know what I mean? Like that's like one of the things I do. Like I figure things out based on like just very barely any clues. And I cannot figure this out. Save my life. Like there's no thing that everybody has. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, it's not like it's just Xbox players or it's just oh, I'm playing on a Switch or something. Like. Uh, I wonder, like it could be something bizarre, like your language is set to English, default U.S. or set to UK or who knows. Good night. Uh, but yeah, I feel like there was something related to your matchmaking that was said on the Reddit post that again I may have imagined. So. Maybe. Oh no, because that's just the privacy on your matchmaking. I don't know. We may never figure it out. This is, of course, another thing I hope we get a fix to on the 9th. You know, because if it's not just us having the issues, um, then yeah, it's got to be bigger than K and K. Not to lead you to believe in the chat that there's anything bigger than K and K. It is the biggest thing on the internet. You're just so cool. You're the only ones who know about it. That's how we do it around here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's very, very,
Low-key
very
stealth.
private club.
Low-key stealth greatness.
um,
Let's see if we could get in.
how did I start at the Storm Survivor camp? Or is that just called
That's
that?
where it starts. All right. So
Oh, so this isn't like the Storm Chaser base. I just misremembered what it was called. All right.
So that's the wizard's house, the dwarf, the elf, and the barbarian.
Bunch of nerds.
If you go into the house, I did what you said. Go check that chest.
Nice.
So that's all the stuff to be a wizard. All the stuff to be a barbarian in here. And this was the weirdest seed I ever used. So I used the seed the year the game was made, 1989, and it created this map every single time with a bus station right there.
Interesting.
And in here is the item shop.
What was originally here? Was this Raven's house?
No, it's a Storm Chaser camp. The little beat up old shack.
What?
That's Mentor's house. The person who tells the story as the Hero Quest thing goes on.
No, I'm saying what was originally here that made all these paths be here?
I made. Oh, these paths were default.
Yes.
This was
So what was here?
the broken log cabin.
Oh.
It's the cozy one, isn't it? The cozy.
I don't
It's the
play
starting
cozy,
point.
so I don't know.
Or it's just a starting point.
It's just a
I
starting point on any survival or cozy world.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
I when I started my survival world, I spawned in the middle of a field. This is all this must be new.
Yeah, it's more recent where like you spawn like next to like a practice village, right? I don't even can you level it up all the way,
level
right?
4.
Yeah, it only goes to level 4.
So I don't even think I did any of that yet.
Yeah.
But the way I labeled it here, so inside the shop, the archer outfit is light armor, the samurai stuff is medium armor, that's the heavy armor, and that's the charm associated with those armors.
It's weird that they all look the same. I mean, they are all just wooden charms, but you would think they'd have some way to differentiate them from each other, so if like they were all in a pile on the ground and you were being chased, you'd know which one to grab, you know what I mean?
That's why the armors are under it.
The campfire jump still works. For those of you who weren't here in that stream where we figured this out, ever since that update, if you dodge roll into a fire, it launches you into the air like a mini geyser. Oh, I forgot I don't have any charms. Help! I forgot I was just a...
Well, you should have went into one of the class houses and got a character class.
yeah. I'm so injured. Let
Also,
me
I've learned
heal real quick.
the best thing to use for thieves' tools is a pickaxe if you're using pressure plates.
I've found the best thing to use is a wrench, because then you can just disable it.
What's the fun of that if you ain't breaking it? But yeah, I was just goofing around with this
Oh,
little
speaking
starter
of,
area.
well, payback for K&K. What can I break while I'm here?
Any of it, I don't care.
Yeah,
It's a prototype anyway.
Yeah, I'm just
It's all
kidding.
prefabs.
I'm just teasing.
Except for the wizard tower, I did a little modification on the Lion's Night staircase stuff.
Oh, shouldn't have said anything. Here I come. Oh, this is just like one of the wall sections, right? Just capped off. That's pretty cool.
And then a scrying area up here.
Yeah, I saw that up there. It's pretty neat.
That's the dwarf house.
Oh, right.
and
Makes
barbarian.
sense. Sweet.
So when you spawn in, you pick your class and go from there. But
So
I didn't
then
do anything else with that.
What
because
happens on the quests? Do you just like get new gear for completing them, or how's that translate?
Gear and gold, rift crystals would be the currency. So like you'll notice a chest will have some hidden rift crystals in it, and that's like finding gold, since they're the rarest resource. Basically, you only get them from bus stations or killing golems.
Good call.
Yeah. And then I have the whole steampunk outlaws thing I was working on too. That's pretty cool, that world so far.
Yeah. All right. What time do we got? 9:37.
So Remy, if you're interested in building stuff, how you feel about trying to do some steampunk stuff?
You know, they should make more sets that like have kind of a steampunk thing. I guess that would be
Right.
just the Star Wars stuff.
Well, there was
Some of the
actually what was it, last year when they released all like the minifig booster boxes and stuff like that? One of the characters was actually called like a steampunk something. And he was wearing a top hat with like some sort of case of some kind.
Mm.
I did the road trick here to make the paths and everything with the dynamite that Long Tom showed me.
Kind of cool to see what kind of parts.
I left the world. I should have stuck around for the tour.
No, there's no. That's Steampunk Outlaws is the one that actually has a tour. So I'm gonna head out of the world right now.
Okay.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out exactly how many meters you walk before it becomes nighttime at walking speed. I think I got it up to like 1,200 meters before it actually got dark, and that was like placing roadside inns at that spot once it starts getting dark.
Yeah, yeah, it's right around there. I think it's the days are 8 minutes or something like that.
Yeah,
Or
and that's kind of what I do at that server.
is it the days are 12 and nights are 8? It's been so long since I've had to pay attention to it because they made it so you could sleep through the night. So now I'm like, oh, it's dark, poof, done. Whereas I used to know it almost to the second. Back when I first started playing the game. Oh, that's right. I'm loading into Haskins' world.
Nice.
Gonna go look at my abomination. Because I had a thought the other day. We couldn't move it because it's at complexity where we have it parked. But it occurred to me that, as you can see, there's still a ton of balloons inside it. These aren't even half of them. Here they come. So the top half might be at complexity, but there might be enough balloons to make it buoyant enough to still move. Come to find out, it was totally my fault that it didn't walk. There was an invisible connection that I hadn't realized between some completely decorative pieces. So that's why it didn't walk right. It was all my fault. But yeah. What can you do? It'll be better on the next one I build. Or, help build. That's it. That's the thing. I should take you guys to see all the prototype pieces. Well, the ones that are left. When we started running out of complexity, we started getting a little pickaxe happy. But the hands on this thing I'm particularly proud of. I designed these. I mean, it's just fences. It's not a huge, but it's pretty good hand. He's pointing where he needs to point. And this one down here used to hold the sword, which is now down the coast somewhere. We flew it away. I had such high hopes for this thing. I was sure I could get it to walk, and I kind of did, but like I was saying, I goofed up that one part, so his thighs were attached to his hips. That's why he does like a duck walk thing in the video, if you guys ever managed to check that out.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I thought that was just lag.
Well, I mean, yeah, it was lag for sure, but his thighs should have also been doing that weird teleport thing. So, hey, Jonah, welcome to the stream. We've been discussing the next update and reminiscing about the past and not getting into K and K. Excuse me. So,
Open for the future.
that's right. Fingers crossed. Uh, but yeah. Overall, we're excited for the update, but we are what they refer to as cautiously optimistic. We've been burned by Fortnite before, but we've also been surprised by LEGO before. So fingers crossed. Man, I started a random world just so I wouldn't have to endure load times. Guess what the name of the world is? Long Tom's World 3. Which doesn't make any sense because I have 3 worlds already.
Yeah, but one of them's named K and K.
Yep. Well, I've got Long Tom Grilla, which is my original survival world, which I was forced to make a custom world because when the storm enemies were added, they weren't just on by default. And by turning them on, it took away your survival tag. Thanks a lot. And then we've got the toy box, which is where my pirate ship and the Eagle
Eagle
5
Monk.
and a bunch of stuff's in there. And then of course K and K, but then Long Tom's World 3, I was just like, I'm so tired of waiting through the load in. So I just made a new one. But yeah, Long Tom Grilla is day 1, 12/7/2023. The toy box is 10 days later. And Kaverns Klombos 6/30/2024. And we started playing, was it 2 days later? It's pretty crazy.
It's been a great year so far, though. Many more to come.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about it so far. And that's the thing about what we're doing is, however they change the game, we've always been able to adapt it to what we're doing. And we were talking about it the other night too. Like when we first started playing, we were so limited in what we could do, like that even dodging was like a class ability because there was just no way to differentiate, who was special from who wasn't, in certain ways. So like the monk could dodge, and I think the ranger and thief could start dodging at 3rd level, stuff like that. Like it was ludicrous. So now the idea that we're gonna get like I've been saying, these supernatural abilities is actually pretty cool. And even if it only makes the wizard and the cleric better, because now.
Or at least make them a clear wizard.
Right. But yeah, now so the cleric can do like the Rift Ripper area effect spell that heals, or shoot whatever the shards, or different stuff that heal themselves, or uh, maybe we might not have lightning bolt, but like the shadow caller can shoot their, or were they birds? I think they were ravens, right? Yeah, ravens can like shoot their ravens and do damage, and it has stacking effects, and so on and so forth. So like I was saying, it'll at least make some stuff cool, even if the monk just only gets unlimited grapple gun. You know what I mean? I think Monday would be happy with that, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, did we lose Monday?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And the bullseye, what is it? The bullseye blade, the like boomerang thing that the hunter has. Like that would be really cool in K and K, you know? Maybe
Yeah,
now
absolutely.
maybe now the monk is just a straight up hunter, just minus the traps or something, you know what I mean? Like, or even with the traps, because there's one upgrade path that when you throw them down, they become a mini jump pad. So, that could be your whole shtick. You like run in, punch everybody, and then jump away real fast and glide out of danger. Grapple away, just pow 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 pow, grapple away. But we'll know realistically tomorrow night. We were talking about that a little before the stream. It might be numerically 2 days away, but it's not even a day and a half away. So pretty exciting
Yeah,
stuff.
it is very exciting.
I wonder what happened to Spicy. See if I can find
The
them.
lure of Delulu.
Went and played Delulu, you said?
Probably.
Oh no, I don't even see him on. Dun 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 dun. I don't see
This is
him
going
at
to be one of the
all.
first. This is going to be one of the first major quest beat areas that's going to help advance the storyline.
What is going on? Wherever Spicy. Oh, there's Spicy. Away. Yep. No, we just lost him. They took a little after work nap. How can we prepare for the update? I don't know if you mentioned it before. I don't know that there's any specific way to prepare for the update. But we were joking around about it before about how, you should go and get 2 full chests of every resource just in case. But at the same time, if you prepare for the update and you're ready for the update, and then you make all the stuff the day the update comes out, then what? Like, why prepare for the update? You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Why not, when the update comes out, be like, holy cow, I need all this stuff. Exactly. You know what I mean? Instead of hoping you get the right thing. Um, I'd rather go get the exact stuff on a shopping list, than just everything from every aisle. But also, that runs out the content, you know, and then it'll be another month and a half before they add anything else, and we'll just be twiddling our thumbs again. So, my advice is don't prepare for the update at all. Like, don't get a single spider web more than what you have right now. That's that's my advice. So then when the update comes out, you can play it for longer than like an hour, and you'll really, get your money's worth out of the free update. Um, but yeah, uh, personally, I mean, I'll go show you my survival world right now. Uh, this is my day one survival world. When you see my storage, you're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh so hard, especially if you're a prepper. Hopefully I'm in my base and there's no enemies there, because that would be a travesty. um, but yeah, Jonah, we were talking about it earlier about how people are always talking about how there's no content. There's no content. There's no content. Well, there's no content for an old player who already has all the stuff in their base, who's already strong enough to fight, a Spire Titan, who's already strong enough to fight the Storm King. But for new players, you know, corrupted crystals are weeks and weeks away. They're like, they're so far out of reach that they might as well be, literal gold. It's just all of us old players that are like, oh, we didn't get enough because we can do it the second that it shows up. Oh, please be in my base. Okay, this is my base. Or at least it will be eventually. Zoom. Yep, that used to be a whole forest. All right. So this is my storage for my workbench. Um, that's all my gold ore. I've got like just a few bits of ore, um, bright core and stuff back when you need that for smelting. Here's all of my gold and storm core. There's all my iron bars. I keep just, for the most part, a single stack, not even full stacks of most things. Uh, this is just all my like bits and bobs section, but then my actual storage is under here in my maintenance hallway. But here's my wood. There's my finished wood. There's my rough stone. There's my finished stone. This is gems. That's it. That's all I got for gems. And this is overflow from the wood and stone boxes. That is it. And then I keep fish over here. Not even many fish. Here's some sandstone. In here is plastoid and durasteel, all that stuff. But yeah, that's it. This is my day one survival base. I got some planks here, but that's it. Uh, that is it. So when I see these like storage places that are gigantic and have a whole chest dedicated to just one resource, like that blows my mind. Like I can't imagine what I would use it for, you know. Uh, though at the same time I do live under a bridge, so that's part of it probably too. Um, Watch, I'll hang out next to this road and Daigo will just come strolling down it. Wonder if I can see him on my map somewhere. It's
Uh,
terrifying.
t- Today I was searching for Daigo, and I couldn't find him. And then when I looked at my map, I saw these blank squares, these
Oh
white
no.
squares. And if you go to him, Daigo's there.
All right,
So
I'm gonna look for
if
this.
you're looking for him, and then you go to your map, and at a certain point, I think you'll see like white squares like that are on the road. And it turns
I
out it's like
saw.
a
Excuse me. I saw a post that somebody had said the same thing. It might have even been your post. Who knows?
I don't think I mentioned it. It just happened today.
Yeah, I don't
Queens
see
North
any.
was in my stream, and
Right on.
I was like, look at those things. She's like, go to it, go to it. It's like probably gonna be there, and yeah.
Oh
And
no.
I was like flying around looking for him for like a good like 40 minutes before that.
It was very time consuming to do all these roads.
Yeah, I could tell. I was like, wait a second, these are man made.
We did like 1,700 meters worth of road in K and K the other day when I thought everybody was going to be able to get in again, but I was
You
incorrect.
don't. I don't even know how long the road is that I made so far. It stretches
Yeah.
3 biomes.
I saw your video. It was like a minute and a half long of just you walking down the road. Oh no! Flip my truck. Thank God for the flip button. I think I broke a tire off when I flipped the car. No, no, everything's fine.
And is this the way you did it with the roads, but then you blow it up with the dynamite? Is that how you did
Yeah,
it?
use the docks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Long Tom showed me if you blow it up with the dynamite, you don't need to keep the random stud there like I used to do.
yeah.
Vroom.
But what I did is I connected them to the major roads that are in the game already. And
Kind of.
connected.
I was thinking like in my original survival world, I before like the balloons had like, you know, the button balloons and stuff. I would just use my road vehicle, my off roader, and I would. Excuse me a second. I would I would use the lights, like street lights on each side. Like I would use the roads and I would put lights on both sides. And then when I would ever had to go off the roads, I would just use the lights to kind of guide me. Like as long as I drove between the lights, I knew where I was going. But now I'm like, oh man, if I knew the road trick, I would have used these instead.
Right.
And I don't know
Yeah,
if I
yeah.
could. I don't really go to that world anymore. But now I'm like almost like maybe I go back and do that.
I have in my survival world when they were about to discontinue upgrading the crafting bench, I made 4 benches in this room, one of each type, so that I'd have a little uh, memorial for all the different bench types. There's our standard bench everybody knows, but then that was the first upgrade. You can tell because it has 2 studs on the front instead of just one. And then the third upgrade was this like pressure cooking looking thing. And then the fourth and final one was this. It had like a lathe on it and like I'm guessing this is like a shield to keep bits from coming out of the lathe at you. I don't know. But it had a really cool decorative top and stuff. Back in the day. C'est la vie. That's another thing I'm curious about, honestly, too, is what's going to happen to our inventory. Like, are we getting new equipment slots? Are we getting new runes? Um, you know, because for example, all the runes in expeditions are completely different. So, are we getting a whole new round of them? Are how is it gonna work? That's all I'm dying to know. Like, I'm excited it's all coming, but I just it's killing me not knowing that okay, we're gonna have 3 equipment slots, and you can put any ability you want in them, and they upgrade at the potion bench, and you know what I mean? Like, tell me, come on, let me know, Epic, let me know, let us know. But all right. We are rapidly approaching 10 o'clock, um, it being only a minute away. Um, it was a blast hanging out with you folks as usual. Thank you everybody in chat for stopping by. We actually had a good number of viewers throughout the stream tonight who were just, I think, happy to come hang out and chat. Um, we got a couple little baby mini tours, but yeah, cannot wait for Thursday. Uh, I thought I had to work on Thursday, but turns out I work tomorrow and not Thursday. Pumped. So I'm going to be here
Same
for
here.
update day. Whoa,
Oh
ghost people.
yeah.
There's some random ghost people in my village. Um, they turned into my villagers after a little while, but initially they were just like ghost people. Like, they were just black shadow people. They had no like form. They were just default minifigs with no defining features whatsoever. I should have clipped it, but oh well. um, but yeah, I think that's gonna do it for us tonight here, at Caverns and Klombos. Um, who do we still have? We still got Monday and Trone and Remy, right?
Yes.
So if you
Sure.
folks would like to do any outros of any kind, you're welcome to. You can Rochambeau for, um, who goes first
I'm Monday Olives.
or not.
That's my outro.
Hey!
Yeah.
Thank you for being here as always, Monday. Uh,
Of course.
this has actually been, in lots of ways, a fun month. Just,
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
because normally we don't get to hang out much. We do our little intro stuff, we do our outro stuff, but as far as like interacting with chat and interacting with each other in a like out of that world that we're in way, we don't get to do that a lot, so this has been fun.
Absolutely agree.
um so
Very good state of the game type situation stuff.
right, absolutely. um
That's the castle. That's the village that you were able to make the villagers do whatever you wanted, right?
yeah,
Your mind experiment.
yep, this is a maze that what's her face, Dana, takes when she wants to go work the grill, and her bed is on this side of the fence. And if I go to my build menu, you can see the edge of the village is here, where this white pole is. So she exits the village, takes these stairs, and comes all the way down around here. Here she comes now. And leaves the village and takes a set of stairs to get to her bed. And then, like, when she goes to work, she has a couple other stations around town, so she's not always on that grill. But if I block them off, she will navigate that entire thing, work the grill, and then navigate her way back out. I've got hayseed on composters, and I've got them spread all around different areas. So, he walks around town all day, which leads to some cool interactions between him and other AIs and stuff like that. I pretty much just spread everything out so that people would interact more with each other. Fun stuff. But yeah, this is where all my psychological experiments occurred. But then this tree right here is how I discovered the regrowing trees near water thing. My most recent video, because back in the day when you broke objects, their like debris would break the terrain pieces, like stones and trees and different stuff. That used to be a way to harvest stone and stuff before you had the right gear. You would just build a staircase next to it or over it, break the staircase. The staircase would fall on the rock and break it. It was pretty ridiculous. But while building Hayseed's house here, it's a little farmhouse. He's got a nice little place here. Not too much, you know. Lives by himself. Just recently got a TV. There it is. But yeah, as I was building Hayseed's place, naturally, bits of debris came and hit this tree, and when I found another tree that regrew, I had to figure out what the two shared in common. Like I was saying earlier in the stream, I'm usually pretty good at figuring out like patterns and stuff like that. So I knew it was a matter of time before I figured it out. And when I did figure it out, I actually put out a video about finding the unicorn, which is what I call those trees. And I think 150 people watched it. And that was a year ago. And then I put out my most recent video. It's got a lot more traction than the first one. The first one also wasn't really telling you how to do it. It was more showing you that it existed. And I think that might have made people mad because people like tutorials. But yes, sir.
Does that pirate ship move?
What's that?
I saw a ship in the harbor. Does that move?
You know what? I made this up at that other village up there. That one. And flew it and parked it here. With switches. This was before Mech Mayhem. And the game just ripped it apart like this. I've never moved it since I put it here. Actually, it's been here so long that I think... Oh, no, it's not going to say, but I'm pretty sure this is still Mad Puck's bed. That's how long this ship has been here. That's actually kind of a bummer. Like, it used to tell you whose bed was which, because the inn used to be much smaller. The wall ended there. But as the bed started filling up... Oh, it's weird. I was planning to extend the wall out further and further down, just making room for people, but now there's no point to it because you can't tell who was here anyways. But yeah, c'est la vie. But yeah, this is my second ever pirate ship, and flew it down here with switches, landed it, and then the game just did this to it all on its own over multiple updates. I came out of the Star Wars cave, which is right there, and one day, and it was just like up in the air, and then fell all the way down, and then went back up in the air, and then came down, and then fell, and I was like, maybe I should log out. So it would move if I wanted it to, but I would also feel bad about it. I wonder if it even still has thrusters in it. It doesn't look like it does.
No, I noticed something about vehicles too. When you make a boat, I used to tie my boats down using salty seaport rope things. It blows off all the engines if you do that now.
Yeah. Well, it depends. If your thing you're tying it down to has more pieces, the thing with less balloon or less pieces will lose all of its toys. So it works with everything. So say you built a giant robot and one of its legs fell off.
I want to know where you
Or
get that example from.
yeah, right. If you go in back in the stream later and check out where I was driving around the giant, um, when I lock all his joints, his arm and leg uh, toys all pop. So they need to be replaced every single time. Same thing with the dragon. Luckily, the legs are far less complex than the body, so I just have to replace his like walking thrusters each time when I lock him down for the for the time being. But yeah, no, you'll have that. On the other hand, though, if you have more pieces in your uh, uh, flying machine than the other thing, and you connect to them, you will take the other thing with you, um, which is all that coupling and decoupling stuff that's been going around. I did it accidentally one day because I tried to park my airship next to a tower, and my whole thing fell over, attached to a tower. And I was like, don't know what that was all about. The first time it happened to me, I was trying to park the Conquistador in Cutlass Cove, and when I connected the gangplank across, it snapped into an invisible connection point, and all the balloons on the Conquistador exploded. And
Oh man.
it was like 10 minutes before the stream. I was like, oh no. So I don't know if you guys noticed, there was like a stream where the Conquistador looked really good, and then the next stream there was balloons everywhere. I think it was that one. Because Abide guy, the Conquistador is actually a collab. Abide and I did that, and he did his trick where he sinks the balloons into another object. So the masts were like full of balloons and stuff, and they weren't, just out around the cannons and stuff. But I didn't have time to fix it properly, so we got what we got. But uh, any other questions, Trone? We were supposed to be talking about your stuff. We ended up talking about mine instead.
I ain't got no stuff going on. I'm just working on little odds and ends and seeing what I want to do
Right on.
for content.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look forward to seeing your Hero Quest stuff when it's done. Hopefully
Yeah,
the update helps that too.
for the Steampunk Outlaws thing, I actually posted the book I wrote for it on
Is that
my little section of Council of Bricks.
on the Discord? Right on. Yeah, I'll check that out.
Mhm. Yeah, it's basically Hero Quest,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
steampunk themed.
Right on. So yeah, we'll keep that eyes out for that. Make sure I forgot to tell everybody, check out Monday's channel, Monday Olives on YouTube, and Trone Gaming as well. And also Spicy Plays. I gotta shout out my boy Spicy, even though he's taking a nap. But that will bring us to Mr. Remy Lexington.
Hey, just I guess just recently I put out a couple of videos. One was about a landmass glitch in my world and how you can kind of see them from the map, and like sometimes they repeat. So if you find them in one spot, you can kind of they could find it again. So that's just one video, and then the other one is just a tour of my grasslands village. But I do have a part 1 and part 2 of a build a boat tutorial. It should be ready hopefully by next week. So keep an eye out for that. And if you can, check out the other 2 videos. Help that
Heck yeah.
algorithm.
And that's at Remy Lexington on YouTube, correct?
Yep, and TikTok.
Heck yeah. Man, we're gonna have a few days with the new update before the next day or the next episode of K and K. So, with any luck, we'll have some cool stuff all lined up. We'll go over obviously the new changes before we just jump right back into things. But Like we've been saying all night, pretty much, fingers crossed. Um, Here's a little build technique I very rarely see anyone use. Everybody used to complain about how the foundations wouldn't sink into the ground. And you'd have these giant foundations sticking out everywhere. I did it on purpose here, and that's how I have my little maintenance tunnel underneath. I just broke the foundation pieces out from underneath this prefab, and just carved them out to, you know, my specifications and added walls back in where they needed them. So now all of my prefabs have basements, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen a lot of people with basements in their buildings. But yeah, I try to use this quite often, actually.
Done that once in one of the pirate villages,
Yeah.
below the docks.
Yeah. It's below the docks is like definitely the spot to be for sure. But that would have been, But of course now we have like all the vertical nudging and stuff. You don't have to worry about it at all. Or you could stick it way out of the ground, which could be even cooler. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for tonight. Episode 68 of Caverns and Klombos, or at least episode 68 of a show where we talk about Caverns and Klombos. Wounded Paws got here just for the end of the stream. Oh, I forgot. I'm starving in this world. I wonder if chat is gone mad slowly as I starve to death. I'm gonna eat this cheese. Nom 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 nom. The most valuable resource in the game, apparently. Hopefully in the update we get to make cheese out of milk, because that would be awesome. Where's my cheese? Better put this cheese away. I don't even know what it was doing out here. I can't eat any of that stuff. Alright. Let's get out of my survival world before I get it all blown up. But yeah. Join us next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. As we find out the state of the universe. The LEGO Fortnite Odyssey universe. That's right. Now, to be fair, like, we are going to play Caverns and Klombos. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. If we play in that world, again, is really the only question. So, but yeah. Yeah, fingers crossed for all to go well, all around. And worst comes to penultimate worst, I will make a Fortnite creative map for us to play Caverns and Klombos in. I will just, you know, brute force us playing Caverns and Klombos if I have to. But yeah, thank you everybody. Thank you Remy. Thank you Trone. Thank you Monday. Thank you Spicy. And thank you everybody in chat. All my loungelings and all my lurkers. We got a couple new members tonight. That was pretty cool. Or at least one new member. Let's see if I can remember their name. I can't remember their name. Somebody grabbed a membership and I can't remember their name. I'll figure it out and I'll shout you out next time, I promise. But we saw Serdo, we saw Kaboom, Jonah was out, Wounded Paws, like I was saying, just catching the end of the stream. El Main Diablo was out. Yeah, a bunch of the regulars and a bunch of lurkers. We had some gift memberships go out. That's always exciting. So yeah, even without the Kaverns and Klombos, like I was saying earlier, I'm still having a great time just hanging out. So we'll do it again. I feel like I'm forgetting something in all this rambling. But everybody obviously keep your eyes out for the update on the 9th and the end of expeditions on November 1st. Like I was saying earlier, I'm not sure if we need to get those decor items prior to that, or if they're just gonna pass them off to us with the Dago set that we're getting apparently just for having ever played Expeditions. And yeah, we'll see. But yeah, can you guys think anything else?
I don't know. It's nighttime in my world right now. There's usually something that happens at night.
Right? Can you think anything Monday?
I think like there's something that we all have to like say or something.
Right, there's like a
Like
thing.
outro?
There's like a thing that we do.
I can't. I don't know. I think it's like, hello everybody and good morning.
Right, it's like welcome. Won't you be my neighbor? Something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day in the cavern hood.
I got a little better. I got a little better idea. Let's try something new for a change. Let's try like some like Good Night Adventures or something like that.
Right, hey, it might catch on.
That actually, I feel like that could actually work. Yeah.
Well, all right. Unless Remy has a better suggestion, say goodnight, adventurers.
Good night,
Night
adventurers.
adventures.
Good night.